Hello and welcome again to the Loose Cannon vlog. I've actually said it normally. Normally I say vidcast, vodcast, call it what you like cast, but this time I've just gone straight to the point. So now that was my digression. What are we going to talk about today? It's going to be brief, I'll warn you. It's going to be about the Ox, it's going to be about Shinji Kagawa, and also about Robin van Persie. I haven't got an awful lot to say about all of them. I say that now, but you watch, I'll talk and talk on a... Perhaps not. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, a lot's been said about him. Obviously, to some people it was a bit of a shock, him being called up to the Euro 2012 squad. I wasn't particularly shocked because a lot of people were predicting that indeed was going to happen. It's happened now. How does that affect Arsenal? I'd have to say I'm not that pleased about it. I'm pleased for him on a personal level. It's great that he may get capped for England, but from an Arsenal perspective, what's the possibility that he could be very tired after this tournament? I'd say the possibility is quite high. Even if he doesn't play a lot of games, it's going to be very taxing on him mentally, being involved with the England squad. Although his father, Mark Chamberlain, was saying he'd rather that he went with the England squad. He feels he'd be a lot safer with the England squad than going off with his mates to wherever they were planning on going to on holiday. So it's going to be a working holiday of sorts, and I don't think he's going to necessarily enjoy every aspect of being with the England squad, although being it's his first time, he'll probably be very excited. But you have to ask yourself, when our players are involved in international tournaments, does it indeed help our progress the following season? And again, I'd have to say no. Usually the teams that have a lot of players involved in these tournaments perform badly at the start of the season. So quite honestly, from a very selfish Arsenal perspective, I would have preferred Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain not to be going to the Euro 2012 tournament. Moving on to Shinji Kagawa, well, he's at this moment a Borussia Dortmund player, but for how much longer? He's a very talented player. We saw, well, some of us saw, like myself, saw him score a goal on TV for Borussia Dortmund as they thrashed Bayern Munich in the German Cup final. On the rare occasions when I have seen him playing, he looks a very good player. He's got a fantastic reputation in Japan. So looks like he's going to move to England. The transfer fee has been, well, it varies according to which publication you read and who you're listening to. There's been talk that he could move for £13 million, which is rather a lot of money for a player who is out of contract next year. There's talk that Manchester United have got first dibs on him. I certainly expect him to go to United rather than Arsenal. Although Arsene Wenger obviously has got a very good reputation in Japan also. So, what with us having Ryo Miyaichi at the club, perhaps he'll want to join his compatriot at the Emirates. But unless we're prepared to pay the asking price, how are we going to get him? Simple as that. So I think Kagawa would like to join Arsenal. I've got no doubt he'd love to join Arsenal, but is it going to happen? I'd have to say no, it's not, because we certainly won't pay 13 million. It's debatable as to whether we'd even pay £7 million, which was the figure mentioned by John Cross in the Mirror about a week ago. John Cross, obviously an Arsenal fan, and he does tend to get the inside track, but he's been quite tentative about saying whether or not we're going to get Kagawa. Reading between the lines, I say we won't. But anyway, let's hope we do, but don't expect Kagawa to be joining us this summer. Robin van Persie, will he be lining up next year? Well, it's still very much a matter of speculation at this stage. It's been very quiet. We understand that a meeting did take place yesterday, but no information has been leaked out regarding it. So at this stage, we can only play this guessing game. And at the moment, I'm still sticking with my original story, which is I think Robin van Persie will ask the club what are their future plans in terms of bringing in new players. If the club say they're not going to significantly invest in the playing squad, then I think Robin van Persie will say, well, in that case, please allow me to leave if Barcelona or Real Madrid come in for me. And I think that would be the extent of the discussion. And clearly, if that's what went on, it's very difficult for the club to issue a press release stating that, because a lot of fans wouldn't appreciate that kind of thing. Obviously, they'd be angry with the club for saying they're not going to invest, and it'll obviously also be, some of them might be a little annoyed with Robin van Persie for saying he'll leave unless investment takes place. But this is all speculation. I don't know exactly what's going on behind closed doors, and very few people do. In fact, I have to say, the club are managing to plug any potential leaks at this stage. And let's hope they can continue to do that, because if this situation is prolonged, it's not going to spell good news for the club at all. We really don't need this after last summer with Nasri and Fabregas going. It's got to the point now where I just don't believe what comes out of the club until that deal is actually signed, sealed and delivered. I won't believe that Robin van Persie is going to indeed stay, and I really can't see him seeing out his contract. I think the club will sell, hopefully not to Manchester City, because they're strong enough, and obviously competition domestically. I think Barcelona is the most likely destination for Robin van Persie, and then after that perhaps he might choose Real Madrid, but I can't see him going anywhere else at all. So that's the final word on that from me, and well, I'll be back again soon.